people who are up in my DMs trying to guess what character I'm playing. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna answer your DMs. There's two of me. Double the trouble, am I right? You can't check in. You're not an adult.
Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos. You did it!
Everyone's just ignoring my phone calls. Whatever, it's chill. I don't even care. I'm gonna be on a talk show tonight and I'm gonna talk shit about them on the talk show. Talking shit on the talk show. This is the one time in my life where if you have something to say, I don't want to hear it.
She said she was taking a break, but Rachel Zegler just dropped herself right back into the Hollywood spotlight, and the drama followed instantly.
I have nothing interesting to say. I look insane.
It's been less than 6 months since Snow White crashed, at the box office and online. Most people thought she'd vanish for a while, cool off, lay low, but nope. She's already leading a brand new movie, and insiders say, what's happening on this set might be even worse than Snow White. The chaos is back, and this time, it's happening behind the camera.
I shouldn't be cursing, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I have no self-control. Sorry, Mr. Mouse.
The film's called She Gets It From Me. It's a comedy drama about a rebellious ex-punk rocker mom and her equally complicated daughter. Rachel's playing the daughter, and yep, Marisa Tomei is playing the mom. That's right, the Marisa Tomei. On paper, sounds like a win. But online, people had other ideas.
The movie was absolutely terrible. It's not the single worst movie I've ever seen, but in every way that the movie differed from the beloved 1937 original, it was worse.
Why her again? Has Hollywood learned nothing? And the biggest one, isn't she box office poison? Those were the takes flooding social media. Insiders say the casting choice caught even some industry folks off guard. After the meltdown Rachel had during the Snow White promo tour, from political rants to trashing the original, most people thought she'd go silent for a while, cool off, disappear, but nope. She jumped right into another lead role. And not just any project. This one's coming from Embankment Films, a studio known for sharp, serious, award-hungry dramas.
I'm a narcissist.
Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
And now they've put their chips on one of the most controversial young actresses working right now. Some folks behind the scenes are calling it a high-risk, high-reward move, but that reward, yeah, it's looking shaky. Because here's the twist. The film isn't even done yet, and already there's talk of drama on set. Clashing visions, tense rehearsals, PR nightmares, and the cameras are still rolling.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful.
From the outside, this looks like a clean pivot for Zegler. A softer, more artsy comeback. A way to leave the Disney mess behind and show she can handle a deep, emotional role. And honestly, it should work. She's paired with a Hollywood legend. She's got a respected European director, Julia von Heinz, running the show. The press kit says it's all about female power, generational trauma, complex emotions, but insiders are saying the reality? Not so smooth.
Like, in the eyes of the law, you have to be nice to me, and I'm an adult.
One production source claims it got bumpy from the jump. Rachel apparently came in with a big idea about how to play the role. But von Heinz had a totally different vision. Tension started at the first table reads, and it got so intense, producers had to step in and cool things down. Rachel wants the daughter to feel like a modern rebel, misunderstood and edgy. But the director? She's aiming for a version that's less polished, more raw, and honestly, not always easy to like. And here's the kicker. Rachel allegedly didn't like being told to tone down the glam.
I don't want people to see me in a weakened state.
That wasn't the only tension point. Marisa Tomei, known for deep, natural performances, wanted to improvise, throw in real, vulnerable moments. But according to folks close to the production, Rachel wanted to stick to the script. Word is, she prefers to rehearse everything a lot. One insider said, Marisa doesn't rehearse, Rachel does. It's oil and water. Now, this doesn't mean the film is falling apart, yet. But anyone expecting a chill indie set? Think again. This one's starting to look like a powder keg.
If you have any opinions, I don't want to hear them.
While the official line says it's all a smooth, creative collab, the truth behind the scenes sounds way different. Another insider described the energy on set as fragile, not chaotic, but strained. People are walking on eggshells around Rachel. She's not throwing tantrums or causing drama outright. But when she walks in, the mood shift changes.
Zegler's career now looking like it is seriously on life support.
And that tension? A lot of it goes back to the Snow White backlash. Insiders say even within Embankment Films, there was debate over bringing Rachel on board. One person involved during early development admitted it flat out. It wasn't an easy sell. Some distributors were nervous. Rachel's name doesn't exactly scream safe PR right now, but producers rolled the dice anyway. They figured pairing her with Marissa Tomei might smooth out the image, play off the contrast, a rising star next to a seasoned pro. But apparently, it's not turning into a buddy film behind the scenes.
It's Hollywood, baby.
They're both professionals, one crew member said, but don't expect warm mother-daughter bonding off camera. It's more like mutual respect from a distance.
To address the elephant in the room. I'm the hottest person in the world.
Cue the laugh.
One moment really stood out to a lot of folks. During an early rehearsal, Marissa suggested a small change. She wanted a key emotional scene played with more subtlety. But Rachel reportedly fired back with, "Well, that's not how Gen Z does things." The room went silent. Marissa just nodded and kept going. But the message? Loud and clear. These two are not on the same page.
Put another gay diverse woman in it. Make it more lit.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful.
And that's the irony. The movie's whole theme is about emotional tension between mothers and daughters, clashing generations, misunderstood intentions. But now, it seems like the real drama isn't on screen. It's behind it. And Rachel and Marissa? They're living the same conflict the script is trying to explore. Meanwhile, director Julia von Heinz is stuck in the middle. Critics praised her past work for emotional depth and sharp storytelling. On paper, she's perfect for this film. But behind closed doors, word is she's getting pulled in 3 directions: script, performances, and the personalities involved. And one of those personalities is reportedly giving her a run for her money. Insiders say a recurring issue has been tone. Julia wants the film to stay grounded, raw, and real. Rachel allegedly keeps pushing for something flashier. She wants a little more style, a little more pop. One crew member summed it up like this: "She's got a vision, but she's not the director. And when the director keeps having to rein you in, that wears people out." There's also a quiet clash in acting styles. Rachel goes big, expressive, chatty, theatrical. Marissa keeps it low-key, more instinctive, more internal. It's like watching 2 different movies being filmed at the same time. And that's not just us saying it. One source put it bluntly: this isn't the first time Rachel has clashed with tone. Back during the Snow White tour, critics said Rachel's hot takes and sarcastic answers didn't match the movie's message. Now, it's happening again. Except this time, the conflict isn't showing up in interviews. It's showing up during filming. At the center of all this tension is Rachel Zegler, just 23 years old, but somehow already dealing with a career that's had more backlash than most actresses get in a lifetime. After Snow White crashed and burned, most people figured she'd vanish for a while. Maybe take a step back, avoid leading roles until things cooled off.
I don't need your business. Thanks.
Instead, she's back, front and center, and according to people on set, she's treating this indie film like it's her personal redemption arc. She's under pressure to prove herself, one crew source shared. You can feel it in the air. That pressure is showing in the way she's acting, constantly reviewing footage, asking for retakes, reworking lines, even ones from an award-winning screenwriter. Some call it admirable. Others say it's too much. She's doing everything like her career depends on it, because it probably does. And now, things are getting even messier. Marissa Tomei, Oscar winner, decades of work behind her, is used to keeping things calm and professional. But word is, she's not loving the attention being sucked away by off-screen drama. Some think she's taken on a mentor role, others say the opposite, that she's kept her distance, letting Rachel deal with her own fallout. Either way, there's tension between them. It may be subtle, but it's there. Meanwhile, director Julia von Heinz is stuck managing 2 very different stars, one trying to keep things smooth, the other trying to escape a storm. Sources say she's trying to hold the film together, but choices like cutting scenes mid-shoot or rescheduling to keep Rachel and Marissa apart have raised eyebrows. smart strategy, or signs of a project under stress? Even with perfect press photos later, the camera can't erase what really happened on set. And now, fans online are doing what they do best, digging up every rumor, spinning wild theories. Some believe Rachel's team is leaking details to stir up buzz, turning the chaos into a publicity play. Others say she's losing control again, becoming the story instead of managing it. That's not a good look when you're trying to prove you're not a PR risk. What's worse, the studio has gone silent. Embankment Films, usually quick to hype its projects, has gone full lockdown mode. No teaser pics, no behind-the-scenes posts, no cute cast selfies. Some say it's strategic, others say it's a red flag. They're in damage control before the damage hits, one insider claimed.
What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
I'm getting across. Hold on. Here. Yeah, hold on.
All right.
Scheduling conflicts are also starting to pop up. Tomei's got other projects. Rachel's tied to older deals and theater commitments. People are starting to wonder, is she even available to promote this thing when it drops? And if not, will they push Tomei as the face of the film instead? It's not just a PR question, it's a survival move. Marissa can sell this film with her name alone. She's drama-free, beloved, respected. Rachel? She's still a wild card. Do they bet on her comeback or cut their losses? Meanwhile, festival chatter is all over the place. Some programmers are interested, but many are hesitant. Unless this film delivers something truly special, it might end up skipping the big stage entirely and go straight to a quiet VOD release in 2026. That'd be a massive blow, especially for Rachel, who's banking on this to flip her image. And now, there's talk of reshoots. Not major ones, just emotional continuity, whatever that means. But in Hollywood, that's often code for something didn't work. If She Gets It From Me succeeds, it could be everything Rachel needs. A small, powerful film with emotional depth, strong co-stars, and a clean break from Disney drama. But let's be honest, in this business, perfect doesn't always cut it. You need the timing, the goodwill, the audience. And right now, all of that is still in question. For Marissa, the risk is low. She's earned her spot. But for Rachel, this might be her last shot to carry a film without someone else to soak up the fallout. Whether it's fair or not, the industry isn't watching the story. They're watching her, waiting to see if she can pull it off. Because if she doesn't, the headlines won't say Rachel Zegler's comeback. They'll say Rachel Zegler fumbles again. There's already chatter about tone problems, test screenings that didn't land. Some say Rachel's performance is too serious, clashing with the film's lighter moments. Meanwhile, Tomei, as expected, nailed the shifts perfectly. That could create an awkward final cut and make the younger star look even more out of sync. And then there's the social media issue. Rachel's gone quiet, likely on purpose. But every time she posts, instant backlash. Her old interviews, past quotes, cringy TikToks, they all get dug up again. That Snow White meltdown still haunts her, and the internet never forgets. There's even talk that Rachel clashed with the director mid-shoot over rewriting parts of the script. She wanted changes. Julia von Hines pushed back. That's not unheard of, but when you're under a microscope, it becomes a headline. Suddenly, it's no longer about the work. It's about control, about ego, about perception. And Marissa? She's just staying cool, staying quiet, gracefully watching the chaos unfold while focusing on her scenes. At this point, it's less a movie, and more a story about three women stuck between power, pressure, and PR nightmares. The weirdest part? The plot of this movie, misunderstood relationships, generational conflict, ambition versus reality, is exactly what's happening off camera. It's like everyone's living in a mirror of the film, a chaotic echo chamber that keeps repeating itself. So the question is, can all that tension get turned into something great? Or will the behind-the-scenes drama be the only thing people remember? Because in the end, this doesn't just feel like a movie. It feels like a high-stakes experiment. And for Rachel Zegler, the margin for error is razor thin. Hollywood might forgive, but it never forgets. And the internet? It's already watching, waiting for the next fumble. If She Gets It From Me fails, Rachel won't get a soft landing. she'll get memed again. So, what do you think? Is she ready for a second shot? Or is this just another Hollywood handout to a star who couldn't handle the spotlight? Let us know in the comments. And subscribe, because the next Hollywood meltdown might be closer than you think.